Where have I been? What have I been up to? And what's the current status on RNG JAM? Well, we'll get into it. But first, a word from my sponsor.
Hey, are you still using that old hunk of garbage to type on? What if I told you I got something better? Would you try it?
This is the Kemove K98, 90% wireless gaming mechanical keyboard. It has Bluetooth 5.0, 2.4 gigahertz wireless or wired mode offering 1000 hertz polling rate. The RGB looks great. The keycaps are double shot PBT. It's quiet. The RGB backlight is customizable. It has 5 profile layers and it's fully programmable and supports full key anti-ghosting NKRO. Right now it's on discount for only $79.99, and if you use my code BOYSCLUB at checkout, you get an extra 5% off. You can also use the link in the description. I'm personally going to switch to this keyboard right now because, trigger warning, gross keyboard. My current Rockcat Vulcan is a bit dirty, and that's all we need to see of that. It's time for a change! Oh wait, that's my whole computer. Alright, so what's the current status on RNG JAM? Well, that's a really good question. I haven't worked on it a ton. I've done some amount of programming, but not a lot of that is interesting for a video. However, I did feel like I needed to take a break from RNG JAM as I wait to hear back from potential publishers. So in that time, I've actually worked on a few different things. And so that's what I'm going to show you now. The first thing I worked on was a full HTML5 JavaScript DX Ball clone. If you've never heard of DX Ball, it was a game I played when I was a kid on my computer. My parents were really into it too. And this is the general idea. It's a brick breaker game. This is a imagining of one of the songs from DX Ball. But basically, it's a brick breaker game. You have a paddle, and you break the bricks. And sometimes the bricks need to be hit a couple times. You can see that there's a screen shake. The background moves with the mouse. It's kind of nice. Background also changes every level to a different color. Sometimes the bricks have little power-ups or de-power-ups inside of them. Like extra lives, lose a life, make the paddle bigger, paddle gun, etc. See, that one made my paddle smaller. The glowing orange blocks are explosive. There's hidden blocks. Anyways, you get the point, right? There's all sorts of power-ups. This thing is free. It's on my itch.io account. And, yeah. Go check it out if you like that kind of game. It doesn't work really great on mobile or anything like that, but yeah, that was a fun little thing to just work on in my free time. Okay, then I entered a game jam, the original soundtrack composing jam crunch time 04. It was a 2-day, 48-hour game jam, but was really just a soundtrack jam where you're supposed to make a soundtrack for a game that you imagine based on the theme freedom or this image theme, which I just took them both together. I remade this album art based on this art. I did some tracing and whatnot and did my own edit of it. And let's just say, well, I didn't do amazing. I got 123rd place overall out of 159, which I really didn't think was going to happen because all the comments were very positive, whatever. But there was, I had maybe, what was it? I had 22 ratings, right? Some of these people had 100 and something. And I don't even understand how that happened, or maybe they just already have a big social media following and said, hey, vote for me, vote for me. I don't know. I feel like that should be against the rules, but also people are just actual composers, and so they're going to automatically be way better than me. It's not my strongest thing, you know what I mean? I like to make music, especially for games, but there's going to be people who could do it way better than I can. So this was my favorite song from This was my favorite song from the album. Check this out. This is called Escape the Discotheque. Anyways, you get the point. That song, when I was working on that, I really felt like Daft Punk. It felt like that same sort of vibe. Anyways, I really enjoyed participating in that, and I'll probably do it again, even though I placed so low. And maybe I'll try to use as much time as possible. I think I only worked on it for probably a total amount of 4 or 5 hours, maybe even 3. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I could put some more time into it for sure. I did really have a good time though, and some people made some really amazing things. So check out Lone Rabbit on itch.io for future soundtrack jams like that. Seems like they do them quite a bit. Then I got distracted by this ancient card game called Ganjifa or Ganjifa or Ganjapa or Gangjofa or whatever. It's this ancient card game with Persian Indian descent. Who knows where it really came from, where it started. But it says, after Ganjifa cards fell out of use in Iran before the 20th century, India became the last country to produce them. The form prevalent is in Odisha is Ganjapa. Anyways, it's a really fancy card game that I learned the rules of, and I thought, wow, sounds like a fun game. And so then I converted all the rules to use a semi-modern playing card style, came up with 4 new suits, and I started working on a multiplayer card game called Boya Koya. Now, a few years ago, I made a physical card game called Boya Koya. I just played with my friends, and it was fun, but the rules were kind of all over the place. It was my first attempt ever, really, at trying to make a card game. And so I've been working on this just in my free time as well. Boya Koya. Now there's multiple modes. There's beginner mode and expert mode. They're technically are similar to a base version of Ganjifa or this other version of it that was called something else. I don't know. Either way, on top of the regular playing cards, we have skulls, banana crowns. That's to kind of like point back to the old actual game because it was very regal. What's the other card? Oh, let's just see. Anyways, I'll play a card. Computer plays a card. I can't remember what the other new suit is, and I'm not getting one. Come on. Yes, money, right? So my money card needs some work, but these are the cards. I think they look pretty decent. I need a little bit more padding below some icons and stuff, but overall, this looks pretty cool. I need a money card. Come on, give me money card. Give me money card. Wow, I have none. He must have them all. Oh, there we go. There's my money card. It was a money bag, but it doesn't really translate well to a tiny pixel art icon. So anyways, I got to work on that. But, you know, obviously I once again went for a ballatroistical vibe. Can't help myself sometimes. Got to do some sound effects, fix some of the rules and whatever, but that's the general game. Now, if you know the rules to Ganjifa, then you'll be familiar, but I'll have a little rule book and things like that, and there'll be more on the screen than there is right now. This is just the very beginning of Boyakoya. I have some modified rules, so it's not 1-to-1 exact, but I will make sure to note that this is based off the ancient, potentially Persian or Indian card game, Ganjifa or Gangafa or Jangapa or whatever, whatever it's called. Let's hear that theme song one more time. Yeah, look at the logo. You can click it. It follows the mouse, similar to some stuff in Ballatra. Sorry, every time I make a jam, sometimes I just fall in love with the songs I make, you know? Anyways, so, yeah, that's what I've been working on. That's where I've been and what I've been doing. I made a new TikTok account for RNG Jam specifically, but, you know, I'll probably treat it more as like the Boys Club Games YouTube channel, where it's the new place where I talk about game dev, and clips from this video will probably be there. I like to mess around and learn things. And the big thing that I'm going to try to learn with Boyakoya is online game development. You know, making my game actually work over the internet. So that you can play Boyakoya with your friends. And that'll be a big learning experience because I haven't done an online game before. I technically have a long time ago, and I don't remember most of it, and it's a game that I can't talk about. But I'm going to add online to RNG Jam. It's on the plan post-release, so I need to learn it. So that'll be a big deal. And I'm going to continue working on RNG Jam pretty soon here. I just want to get Boyakoya to a state where I can come back and finish it too. Working on multiple things at the same time gets a little confusing. And right now, like jumping right back into RNG Jam, I'll be like, oh, where was I? Luckily, I've had like a Trello board this entire time, so you know I won't be lost. And I actually thought a lot about it last night before I fell asleep. So there's a lot of stuff that I need to work on right now that will be the next thing that I'm touching. But for now, I hope you guys continue to follow along as I work on all sorts of stuff all the time and like to talk about it. And RNG Jam for sure is continuing development. I've yet to hear back from the publishers that I spoke to at GDC, and I may never, and that's okay. Because we press on, and we're going to dominate and make some of the best experiences for people to play ever. This is Boys Club Games. I'm Brian the Boy. You can follow me on everything. I hope to hear from you. Please leave a comment if you're really interested in Boyakoya, if you think I should keep working on that. And your thoughts on RNG Jam. Anything really, just leave it down there, and I will respond to every single comment. Thank you again. Don't forget to check out that sponsor, Kemove. That keyboard is very nice, and I like it. I'm going to use it now as my main keyboard for gaming and everything. So check that out. Links to everything's in the description, and I'll see ya when I see ya.